What's your biggest motivation?
I wanted to get
Pains for the weak mind.
I was listening to the interview with my boy. We picked him. We were like, oh, of course he's going to be one of the first. And then like,
No, it's the junkie curse. Wherever we set up, that's the person that shows up last every time.
I'm always early.
I know, we thought for sure.
I had a photo shoot, then I just had to do ESPN. I come straight here. I didn't even get time to get changed.
No worries. You look sharp anyway. All right.
Good.
Well, Alex, I've always been impressed by the air of confidence that you have in your whole career. When did you really believe and know, though, that like I am, world class. I can be a UFC champion.
Confidence not clocking it, so that's it. I've always been confident. But I mean, them last couple of fights really did boost my confidence even more. So you always try and look confident and feel confident, like I always sort of was, but right now my confidence is on another level. So obviously, there's fights that really did boost, but I mean, what really did obviously was that the last one without it, just purely because I had to change my games so much and stick to a game plan and all the way through the 3 rounds, and I was able to do that, to completely change my type of style, just to adapt to a fighter, one of the greatest of all time. And I was able to do that and get it done, you know what I mean? That just really proved to me that we're on another level, you know what I mean? And that just made me be like, man, I reckon stylistically, usually you would say that was a harder fight for me than even the Max, when you look stylistically. But I mean, Max is a great champion, you know what I mean? So I'm expecting him to be a tough fight, but at the same time, man, I know I've said it, I'm the man for the job, and I really do believe that. I get to show the world that in 2 days.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. I mean, I know you've had your eyes on the top of the division for a long time. So how long have you really been kind of studying Max and breaking down Max and preparing a game plan for Max?
Man, well, it's been a while now. So obviously, straight after our fight, I got news that obviously was fighting, but I was like, I'm going to be there. I'm going to go there. If someone's injured, I'm taking that title. So I was training for him back then. So how long ago was that? Straight after my fight. The boys were breaking, the coaches were probably breaking him down like even earlier than that. But, we found things that he's really good at. Not only, obviously everyone keeps asking me, did you see things that Poirier done really well against the Max that you can exploit and stuff? Yeah, we've seen that. But we see things that Max does really well, that we can nullify, that we can break down and stuff like that. So there's more than just doing what people have had success, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. But again, the thing that makes me different from the rest is where Max is so good, I just don't think that works for me.
Nice. And you're part of this kind of groundswell from the Anzac region, man. It's incredible what's going on down there. What's the secret? What are you guys doing down there different that's bringing you to the front right now?
Mate, we've always had good athletes, on our side of the world, but now that we're really starting to get them getting into the MMA. So you're going to see more and more great fighters and talented fighters. Again, you can see that the level of fighting is right up there now in Australia as well. So we're not only good athletes, we've got the good camps. You know what I mean? Like we know we've got the knowledge. And again, now you're just going to see more and more of us. You really will. But I mean, right now, we ain't just numbers in the UFC. Like we are taking over.
Yeah. Have you gotten any direct advice from Adesanya? I mean, he has elevated to superstar status and handled these moments so well. I don't mean so much maybe tactically, but just mentally. How to go in. Have you gotten advice from him?
I wouldn't say advice, but I mean, like, just being around him and all that sort of stuff. Again, we're a team. Like, he didn't have to be at some of the sessions, but he's there helping the boys, me and Kai, you know what I mean? And just man, like, honestly, just letting him know that we're all, like, it's a team no matter how high or low you are, and everyone's got your back. Even just seeing that, you know what I mean? It sort of humbles yourself, and it sort of be like, all right, let's do this. No matter, who you are, like, we've got jobs to do. And I don't know, you just... Like I said, obviously people don't get to see that side of him, but just seeing that he's still just a regular bloke, but look at the things he can do. So we're just still same care, like, the vibe was the exact same in their camp as well. The boys were absolutely unreal from my camp, mine in Kai's camp. So the vibes were really good, and I'm going to take that into this fight.
Nice. And last thing for me, I know you said you're the man for the job. How do you get this thing done? I mean, is this a fight that you can go out there and get a stoppage, or do you feel like you got to outwork him for 25 minutes?
Mate, it can go either way. But the thing is, obviously, my last one, I had to play it a little bit more safe, and I had to work around things where this fight I don't. And this fight, he's going to put himself in positions where, yeah, he needs to try and break me, right? He needs to work his game. He's going to try and land them jabs on the outside, but you know, he might do what he done with Frankie, but I'm not going to be so easy. So he's going to need to probably put himself in a bit more risky situations, and that's going to make me be a little bit more dangerous. So when people want to pour that game on me, they're putting themselves in a position where I have to defend myself. You know what I mean? I have to put, you know what I mean? So this fight's going to be a lot more happening. I can guarantee you that. You know, we're both going to be trying to break each other's rhythm, but at the same time, we're both not going to let each other take a backward step. If we're going back, we're doing it on purpose. Yeah, it's our own doing. Same as me. If he's got me on the back foot, I want to be there. If I'm getting him on the back foot, I want him there. You know what I mean? So, and then when he wants to stand his ground, we're going to bang. You know what I mean? And then same goes to him. So, mate, you're going to see fireworks, no doubt. Again, he's going to put himself in positions where he thinks he can maybe get a hand ahead, but he's going to run into a brick wall.
This is such a stacked card on Saturday night, Las Vegas, such a busy week for you. Can you talk about how exciting it is to be here in Vegas?
It's always exciting, but again, it's always just fight week for me. Everything is the same, like it's always media. Obviously the media is a little bit more now, but I mean at the same time, you go in, you do your media, you got your wake up to worry about your training, you know, you're catching up with your team, catching up with people coming to see you. I just go every minute by every minute, I really do. So I keep myself level and composed all the way through fight week, all the way till I fight, and straight after that fight I can let everything go. So I'm just really good at keeping myself composed and not letting all this get to me. So I don't know if I'm just different to most fighters, but you know, for me it's just another fight week, another job that needs to be done. How are you, mate?
Rodney James here for Cageside Press. I'm here with Alexander Volkanovski for UFC 245, fight week in Las Vegas, taking on Max Holloway, fighting for the title. You're fighting against arguably the best featherweight in UFC history. I know it's every fighter's goal to eventually be champion. Would you say that you're on pace with that goal, or are you ahead of it, or what?
Mate, yeah, look, we've had great champions in the featherweight division, very good idols as well, you know what I mean, great champions, humble champions, and I plan on doing the same. So, but yeah, man, I guarantee you I'm there, you know what I mean, I'm ready for this fight 100%. I definitely believe I'm the guy to take out Max. He's a great champion, a great fighter, but stylistically, I believe I'm more than the man to do the job. I believe I'm the man to do the job for anyone in our division at the moment. But you know, right now I've got Max to focus on, and again, mate, when we're talking about pace and am I ready for this fight, I guarantee you I'm more than ready.
How do you feel about him jumping around divisions, and now he's talking about, you know, wanting to do boxing, which everybody seems to be talking about nowadays? Do you feel like that causes somebody to lose focus on the task at hand?
No, I don't think so. You know what I mean? He's a motivated guy. You could see, like, obviously to have a cardio, a gas tank like that, he's always pushing himself in the gym. He's always doing, even being able to work game plans like he does. So he's always eager to get out there and get the job done. So he's got that drive no matter what he does. Whatever job's in front of him, he's going to focus 100%. There's plenty of minutes in the day, plenty of hours in the day to think about what's ahead. But let's be real. He's been talking about moving up. He cuts a lot of weight, you know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? That's obviously on his mind. And again, I don't mean this disrespectfully. I know I've said it a few times, but I will make that decision easier for him. I plan on taking that belt, and he's going to feel that strength. He's going to feel that, all right, this guy's the real deal. I didn't want to be in the featherweight division anyway, you know what I mean? Again, he's a great champion. Maybe his future is in lightweight or boxing, but right now I think it's my time. So I do believe the Blessed Era ends Saturday night, and that's no disrespect to him. It's my time.
You and I have a couple things in common. I played rugby in college 4 years. I played rugby union. League is a little bit different. You have to be a little bit more fast-paced. Do you feel like, I made the same transition as well from rugby to MMA.
Okay.
How did you feel like that was a good background to come from? Because I thought it was a little, the takedowns were harder than I thought they would be. Okay. Because I was a good tackler, you know?
Yeah, of course. Obviously, yeah, people see tackling, and we've done that countdown video and stuff like that. obviously I'm not going to just run and sprint and just dive at an MMA fighter like that. You've got to be a lot more technical than that. But when you're talking about drive, when you're talking about power, and you know what I mean, especially me, I was a front rower, so I was one of the, you were in positions like whatever.
I was a lock.
The biggest guys, yeah, so that was the position I played, and I'm 5'6". So yes.
I would have thought you were like a scrum half.
Yeah, no.
You were a big boy, huh?
I was 97 kilograms, 214 pounds. So I was just a ball.
To put that in perspective, I'm 210, so man,
I was heavier than you.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. You said you were front row. Yeah.
Yeah, so I had big cheeks. I was a heavy dude. So you could imagine the position I played and the drive that I had to do, and I just would run straight. You know what I mean? So, and obviously the big boys running at me, and I handled I held my own more than okay in there. You know what I mean? So now I'm used to 250-pound guys, and you know what I mean. Now I get to fight featherweight. So. It's just like, you know what I mean, there's obviously techniques and all that are going to be much different, but when you're talking about drive and all things like that.
And the toughness.
Toughness, of course, 100%, mate, 100%. I was the type of person that if we were in our half trying to get the ball out of our, you know what I mean, I wasn't the one scoring all the tries, I was the one getting us out of trouble. That's how I was. I've always had that drive. I was like, if we were in our end, I was like, give me the ball, I'll get us out of here. So I've always been like that, and I feel like I take that in the cage. If I'm put in a bad position, I ain't going to shy away from it. I'm going to get myself out of that position. I'm going to get us out of there 100%.
Yeah, I know what you mean. The boys in the forward pack never get the glory and get to score all the tries. So last thing for me, another thing we have in common, I was looking at your record, and I noticed like your fourth fight you lost by TKO. I won my first two fights, lost the third one by TKO. So I know it's tremendously demoralizing for that to happen. And then after that, it's obviously something changed because you never lost another fight again. You're on a tremendous streak. What changed in your mentality and your approach?
Look, that was just very early in my career, but I mean, it was a good, as you said, right now I'm very glad it happened. Eye-opener for me at the time, like you said, it feels like, oh man, like, you know, what do I do? But right now it's like, it was absolutely perfect. Obviously you hear people, you learn so much from your losses. Yeah, it's as cliche as it is, but it's so true. So I was a guy, like obviously I had that wrestling background because I wrestled before rugby league. And I had a big overhand right. It was working okay in that fight, but then he was still able to control me and grapple me and stuff like that. And that was really eye-opener for me and my coach to be like, all right, let's do some jiu-jitsu. So obviously it was the division, that was 77 kilograms. I was welterweight, a division I should never have been in. A guy I should never have fought. He was pound for pound number one. It was very early in my career. And you know what I mean? So it was just a fight that I shouldn't have done. But it made me decide to lose the weight, go to a lighter division, start grappling. So I'd done like 3-4 months of grappling straight after that. And literally my next fight after that, I was known as a grappler. So that just shows you how much of a change I've made. And my whole career, probably leading up to my last two fights, people knew me as more of a grappler. And you could thank that loss for that. And you know what I mean? And obviously I'm in a division I should be. And you can thank that loss for that. So it really did put me in a position where I had to be like, all right, maybe that division's not good for me. Maybe I need to change things up. We did it, and then we've had success ever since.
Well, it's a very big moment for you, sir, and I thank you for your time.
Thank you.
All right, brother.
How are you, mate?
Mark from ESPN. What's up, man? Working on a few different things that are not necessarily fight related, so
okay.
Bear with me.
I almost had you back yesterday when he talked about the Tinder thing. Was that you? Yeah.
That was me.
I was about to come in and play the hero. I was going to play hero again, but I missed the opportunity. So.
Man, it's all right. But at the end, you said there isn't virgins.
Oh, yeah, exactly right. Yeah. I had to shut him down somewhere.
He broke character. He started laughing.
Exactly. That's what made me laugh too. So I looked at him, I heard him, and I looked at him, his laugh. I was like,
Maybe one day you go to 170 and fight.
Well, I'll do it for a bit of fun. Pay me the right money, I'll do it 100%.
Anyway, a couple of things that we're working on with ESPN. Do you ever deal with any kind of pre-fight anxiety, like backstage before the fight? No,
it doesn't happen, man.
Not at all.
I'm having a chat like we're having a chat like that to my coaches. Wow. I'm a bit different than most people. If you have ever interviewed me before, you would have heard me say I play what's in front of me, and I really do. Obviously, there's thousands, there's 50,000 or whatever it is, 14,000, just in the stadium while I'm in the room backstage.
Yeah.
I'm only, you know what I mean? I'm having a chat to my coaches and I'm warming up. That's all I'm focused on. I've got a job to do. As I'm walking out, I've still got a job to do. There's thousands of people.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I'm really good that way. And again, I got someone like Aldo or Max in front of me. Again, they're just another body, another job that needs to be done. I don't look at like, oh well, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So it's just I don't know. I just believe I'm bred a little bit different. It works well. That's why you see me so composed in it. See me so calm, so composed, and that's why I can stick to a game plan like I do.
Good to know. Other thing we're doing, you have any interesting USADA stories? Where they caught you at a weird time, or
mate, just trying to piss sometimes. They come while you're training. Like I'll be halfway through sparring, so I've already I'm sweating bullets. I'm already sweating, and then they come like far out, like then I'm sculling. I mean, sculling. There was one time they come and I had to skull. Like it's chug. That's how you say chug. I was chugging.
I like sculling. I may
skull.
use that.
Yeah, skull. I think that's how the Vikings used to do it. Skull.
Oh, skull.
Out of a skull. Out of a skull head.
Yes.
Anyway, there's a little fact for
I like it.
Anyway, back to the story.
Yeah.
So I was there, mate. It probably took me about 30-40 minutes before I could, maybe more. I think it was an hour.
Yeah.
So I was sitting there and I was like waiting. It's like far out, and I'm going to get into detail. Like I can't. Like I have to. Like I feel more comfortable if I pull my pants right down when I'm pissing the cup. So these guys have to see my bare ass. But anyway, so I've done that a couple of times, and I was a little bit. Finally got it done all that, and then obviously I water loaded like 2 liters trying to bloody get going, and then finishing my sparring. I'm just going back and forth to the toilet.
Bathroom.
And I went to the toilet probably another 20 times after that. So there's a little story, and that happens a fair bit. Sometimes they come at the wrong time. They need to get you before the session starts.
Right. How do you so obviously you're one of the challengers, you're one of the underdogs on this card. There are 3 title fights. Outside of yourself, do you see any of the other challengers taking the belt on Saturday?
Yeah, man. All 3 of them are very competitive fights. Obviously, Amanda Nunes is a great champion.
Yeah.
She's so well rounded. That's why I think she can get the job done. But mate, you know, Jermaine, you can definitely, her striking's no joke. And, I'm sure she's been working on that takedown defense. I'm sure she's ready for Amanda to, try and get a hold of her and get her down and whatnot. So, being good with your distance and stuff like that, takedown defense, and being able to keep her to the feet can go a long way. Can she? We don't know. But, I think that's still a competitive fight. Colby Covington and Usman, that's definitely a competitive fight. And again, I like Usman, but Colby's no joke. And Colby's used to that grinding style, and I think that's what it's going to come down to. And I can't see Colby slowing down. And so I think he can take it. But I think Usman can take it too. So, but again, I'm an underdog. I've been underdog for the last couple of fights, and that doesn't matter to me. It just means my supporters and my mates are going to make more money.
Last thing. McGregor's coming back next month against Cowboy. How do you see that fight playing out?
I got what's his name for that? Connor for that.
Yeah. Early, late. Decision?
I think he can knock him out. I think he will knock him out.
Really?
Yeah, I do. Look, I got a lot of respect for Cowboy, but look, Connor's no joke as well, and I think that fight will stay standing. I don't think Cowboy will look for the takedown. Don't get me wrong. If he gets to the ground, I could definitely see him finishing the fight. Does he though? I don't know. I think Connor will find that chin. He's good at finding that chin. He's got a good accuracy, good timing, and I think Cowboy put himself in a position where Connor will find it.
You think Cowboy wouldn't take him down out of pride?
I don't know. I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope he does. Look for the takedown. Just even if you look, I don't think he's going to be hard to take down early. Connor will be.
Right.
Connor's really good with his distance and stuff like that.
Sure.
But I think if he just pressures, mate, you slow someone down that little bit, you take that little bit off, as you've seen in the fights for Connor. Once he slowed down, he's that little bit off. That timing starts to go. He's a little bit more hesitant, and anything can happen from there. But I think he finds him earlier than that.
Got it. Thanks, man.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Good luck.
Guys, when you got that line in at the end about the virgins and nerds, and all that circus, and you got the biggest laugh.
Oh yeah.
You take any pride in that?
Yeah. Well, it's just me. You know what I mean? I didn't think much of it, but obviously people took a liking to it. Obviously, he's got his role to play or whatever it is, and after what I said, about the Spotify thing, I'm like, going, oh yeah, I might do something like that. That sounds like some nerd or thing, and I was like, it probably wasn't a shot at me. It probably was just him being in his thing. But I was like, all right, yeah, we'll see. And then later on, I was like, I thought, if I've got something to say, and I'm like, all right, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Mate, you know what I mean? Again, he's playing this thing, and you're in a world where none of that stuff really matters, you know what I mean? But I mean, a lot of people, the media gets a lot of attention for some stupid things that like some people will say, yeah? So a lot of media gets attention for that. And, you know, there's still guys like us at the top there that are very humble guys, very good people and very down-to-earth sort of people and humble people. And it was good to just show him. I was like, hey, ain't nothing wrong with anything, mate, no matter who you are. There's nothing wrong with it.
I was saying a favor. It's like covering two different sports because there's that stupidity and craziness,
yeah.
and then it's like you and Faber are like kind of like normal,
yeah,
nice
exactly
guys,
right.
Like, yeah, seem like you want to have a beer, like
yeah, exactly right. Yeah, we're good fun. You know, we're down to earth type of people. You have a chat to me, and I'm going to chat to you like you're a human being. I'm not going to chat to you like I'm better than you or something like that. You know what I mean? I don't have that chip on my shoulder or something like that. If someone comes up to me on the street and says hello, I assume I know them from school or football. Not that they know me because I'm an MMA fighter. You get what I mean? I'm just a regular bloke that's doing pretty big things right now.
Is it changing at all? I mean,
it's
like,
changing.
You're on the poster now.
It's changing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'm having, you know, that I'm maybe, nowadays it's maybe changed a little bit. Now I'm starting to realise they may be fans rather than schoolmates. But I mean, at the same time, again, someone will go, hey Alex, what's happening? And I'll be like, hey, what's going on? I'm thinking, where do I know this guy again from? Big fan there. And I was like, oh yeah, UFC thing, you know what I mean? So I still got to, I don't know, so it keeps me humble anyway. I like it. That's how I am.
There's a lot made, but you had a life as an athlete before you were a UFC fighter. This is different from that, though.
Oh yeah, this is a much higher level. You know what I mean? This is on a way bigger stage. You do not have, 100 people in a room doing media on you and stuff like that. You know, you're not going to do a little one-liner, say nothing wrong with being a virgin and a nerd, and then it'd be all over the Twitter for it. You know what I mean? It's definitely bigger. You know what I mean? But that's the thing. That's the sport we're in. Mate, so much can happen. Again, a little thing like that, and people take so much attention to it. Look at the situation I am this Saturday night. The world's going to be watching. There's going to be, it's such a stacked card, such a big card. I'm fighting the champion. You go out there and do what I plan on doing, you can become a superstar overnight. That's how big this sport is. That's how crazy this position I'm in is. This Saturday night, my world can change, and I plan on doing that, and I'm ready for it.